Check, 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 check. All right. Thank you for your patience. This looks there. All right, a little behind. There we go. All right, we're rocking and rolling now. Kinda. All right, hey, what's up, everybody? It's Chris Norris, cognitive fitness coach. Getting some things going here a little later than I intended, and that's okay. Thanks for waiting patiently. So today I wanted to talk to you about the habit loop, and I wanted to talk to you about how we can bring mindfulness into this habit loop by utilizing breath practices or utilizing, I shouldn't say or, and utilizing meditation. So let me just pull up a graphic here, see if this works. There we go. How's that look? Cool. So I can't see it very well because my screen is okay. That's cool. I can see it a little bit better. Again, if you see me going like this, it's because I got a computer in front of me and I'm live on YouTube while I'm live on Instagram and Facebook at the same time. So I'm live on three different platforms at the same time. And I've got a picture up here and I got a picture over here and I got notes over here. So I'm looking all around. I'm not ignoring you. I'm right here with you. I'm not ignoring you either, YouTubers. Cool. So this is the habit loop, and it's the time of year. A lot of people are talking about habits and talking about like how to cultivate healthy habits and how to perhaps rid ourselves of unhealthy habits, and things that might be holding us back from living our best selves and living our best lives. So when we talk about habits, it's really important that we talk about this loop right here. And this loop is the basis for all our habits, whether we know it or not. And these habits are like they're like invisible to us. There's the invisible, like super powerful architects of our lives. We probably don't even realize like how much power they wield over our day-to-day lives, um, as they do because they're so like we're unconscious to it. It's automatic. We don't even think about it anymore. We just go with it, right? And nowadays, I mean, there's a lot of unhealthy habits in the world that we can see day in and day out, and it seems normal, right? Because everyone else is doing it, and some of the examples, like the first thing that comes to mind when I talk about that is our cell phone use, our smartphone use, right? I'm sure we all perhaps spend a little bit more time on that thing than we should. And I'm sure we've all seen people walking around staring into it, driving with it. Heck, I've seen people riding their scooters, looking at their cell phones. Like it's a powerful, powerful trap for our attention. So, and you may be watching this on a cell phone, like I'm filming it on a cell phone right now. So the habit loop, it all starts with these three things. All these habits are formed through this simple process called the habit loop. And the habit loop has three parts. And as you can see in green, the first part is the cue. So the cue is what triggers the habit. Then there's the routine. The routine is the action you take in response to that cue. And then there's a reward. What are we doing it for? What's the benefit? What's the satisfaction? And that reward is what reinforces that habit. And then perhaps as the reward dissipates and unhealthy habits tend to have a pretty short lifespan of reward, we may feel withdrawal and then the next cue. And then the next cue creates this craving for that routine, right? And then we go through the routine. Feels good, right? Or we have the expectation it'll feel good and it actually feels pretty bad. So, hey, Ashley, how are you? Good to see you. Um, so that again, the routine is the reinforcement, the reward, excuse me, is the reinforcement for the routine. So the cue, think about this. what is a cue that we're used to in our lives, right? An example would be my alarm clock goes off, right? That's my cue. And if it's healthy, that cue, good morning, the cue leads to a healthy routine of I brush my teeth, right? That's good. And then the reward is my mouth feels so nice and clean. That's good, right? Maybe the other way though. What if I'm feeling stress? I'm feeling like some heavy emotions and such. Like that's my cue. And that prompts me to into a routine of eating lots of sugar and lots of carbs and eating really unhealthily, and then that reward big dopamine push, and that's my reward. Or maybe I feel stressed and then my routine is I pick up my phone and I scroll for 7 hours on social media, and my reward is this dopamine up and down, up and down, up and down hits. So again, the cue leads to the routine. That's the behavior. The behavior is the actually the routine. The routine is the habit when we talk about habits. So again, an example, we hear the alarm, perhaps we grab our phone. That's our routine and we scroll. That's the routine. Or maybe we're feeling stressed, and maybe our routine is when we feel stressed, we take some deep breaths. Like that would be ideal, right? And the reward, that's the satisfaction we get, the satisfaction from completing that routine. Maybe we get a sense of calm after meditating or doing breath work. Maybe we get relief from stress from like taking some deep breaths or going for a nice walk outside. Like these are all like healthy things, right? So how can we use mindfulness to change our habits? Well, we can begin to say that mindfulness is this non-judgmental awareness in the present moment, paying attention to what we're feeling, what we're hearing, what we're seeing, what we're smelling, using all our senses in the present moment, being as present as possible. So so with mindfulness, we really are can use this to observe ourselves, to observe what are our cues, what are our routines, and what is the I can see it. What is our rewards from these routines? And then using a mindfulness practice like meditation, maybe we can begin to really get a focus and get awareness of how our mind works and how we work through sitting in meditation. And it doesn't have to be meditation for hours at a time or whatever. It can be a few minutes at a time here and there. So using practices like meditation, we can start to notice these patterns with us and noticing these patterns without judgment. I mean, to bring judgment into the fray is only to add suffering to whatever we already have going on. So maybe we can start incorporating some mindfulness practices into our routine and into this habit loop. So maybe the cue is again, I feel stressed. That's my cue. And then the routine, rather than reaching for our phone or reaching for a bit of junk food or what have you, maybe the routine is, I'm feeling some stress in my body. I'm going to sit and take 3 to 5 deep breaths. Okay. And then the reward is going to be we activate a relaxation response. We start to feel more a sense of calm, a sense of clarity, right? And maybe we can leverage our cravings for this positive change. So we recognize that our cravings get triggered by a cue, but it drives a new routine. So if the cue is feeling anxious, right? Now breath work becomes the new routine. And then the reward is we feel better, we feel more grounded in the present moment. So again, a positive habit loop would be morning alarm goes off. That's my cue. My routine now, I replace my routine where my routine used to be I pick up my phone, I turn off the alarm. Hey, it's already in my hand. Might as well check my stocks and see what's going on Instagram. So now a new routine would be the cue is my alarm goes off. I hit the alarm and then I sit and I do a minute of breathing exercises. And now my reward is I feel more focused, I feel more centered, and I feel more in control of my life. I feel more in control of my habits and I feel more accomplished. I feel better about myself. I don't get out of bed like with this shame of like, oh, I know that was bad for me. I shouldn't be doing this type of thing. That's no way to start the day. And then just changing a habit again. So if you're feeling stressed, the old routine might be snacking. We replace that with going for a walk, and the reward is we still get that same thing. We get that change. We get that change, and we get that relief from whatever we're trying to defeat, which would be stress in this case. So some quick tips too about how to cultivate good habits in this new year is going to be start small. So just start with one habit and just start small with like 1 minute. Um, it's easy to have these big glorious goals of like, oh, this is the year. This is the year I meditate for 2 hours every day. And then, it drops off after a few days. So just start small. Say, hey, this is the year that I give this breath work thing a try, or this is the year that I try some mindfulness meditation, and start small. Make it easy. Make it so that it takes less than 2 minutes to start it. Make it obvious. If you're going to start a meditation practice, maybe you put some notes up around the house. Maybe you buy a cushion. Maybe you buy a yoga mat, and put it a place where you're going to like trip over it on your way out the door, and remind yourself that you need to do these practices. So start small, choose one habit and just focus on that habit every day. Okay. Be consistent. Try to repeat it. Try to repeat this habit at the same time in the same place. This is only going to help you strengthen these neural pathways and strengthen this positive habit loop. So write it out too. Write the intention. Don't just say, oh, I'm going to try to. Anytime I said I'm going to try to or I should, this and that, it never happens, right? So write it out. Say, I will blank, whatever the positive habit may be, I will meditate at, put the time, I will meditate at 6 a.m. and then put in and where is it going to be? So I will meditate at 6 a.m. in my office. There's an example. Okay. So be consistent. Celebrate any progress. Any progress, no matter how small, is progress, right? We're aiming for progress here, not perfection. Progress, not perfection. Any small win is pushing forward. Celebrate it. Celebrate it, celebrate it, celebrate it. Celebrate these positive habits that are in line with the values that you hold dear and align with a life that you want to live. Celebrate it. Before I hop off, I want to give you a quick practice. So, this is going to be a really short breath practice and just a little bit of mindfulness meditation, and then we're going to call this thing a day. So, if you'd like to join me, you don't need any special equipment, but if you're driving or you're operating heavy machinery, please don't do this meditation with us, okay? I don't know why you'd be doing that anyway with your cell phone. Stop it. It's bad. All right, so sitting in a comfortable position. You want to close your eyes, you can close your eyes. And I like to put a hand up on my chest. I never put another hand down on my belly. And that alone feels nice, right? We're just breathing naturally, breathing normally. Nothing special here, nothing crazy, nothing mystical, just breathing. Now I'm going to introduce a count. It's going to be a 2-second breath in, and then we're going to hold our breath for 4 seconds, and then we're going to exhale for 6 seconds. I'll be inhaling through my nose, and I'll be exhaling out my mouth. In order to get us all synced up with our breaths together, let us begin by pushing all our air out of our mouth. Push all your air out. Breath in through the nose. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out the mouth. 3, 4, 5, 6. In. 1, 2. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 1, 2, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 1, 2, hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 1, 2, hold, 2, 3, 4. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sip air in through the nose. Let it out with a sigh. Just allow your breathing to return to normal now. And just begin to observe. Observe whatever sensations are present in your body. Not trying to change anything, not trying to fix anything. There's nothing to do here. We're just going to sit, observe, and allow whatever is present to be here without judgment. Just observing the sensations in our body. The thoughts drift away from the sensations in our body. It's okay. Just smile. When we recognize our thoughts have drifted away, we smile. We smile and return without judgment, without criticism, without anger, without shame or guilt. Those things would just add to our suffering. Let us close this very short practice by taking another deep breath together. Begin by pushing all your air out of your mouth. A big breath in, holding on top, and release it out. Oh. And if you fluttered your eyes, if you close your eyes, you can flutter them open. Sometimes I think I might be dyslexic because I was going to say if you fluttered your eyes, you can open them. But I was meant to say if you close your eyes, you can flutter them open. Oh man, I'm having quite the time here. It's all good. As always, you're going to get the authentic version of me. It's going to be filled with mistakes and hiccups, and that's okay. I'm okay with it. So, hey, thanks for tuning in live. Ashley in Colorado, it was good to see you in here this morning. And anyone who might be tuning in later, this is Cognitive Fitness Coach, starting the Mastering Habits course with Consequence of Habit tonight. It's going to be amazing. I'm really stoked to do it. Maybe I'll see you in the next one, or maybe I'll see you in this one. How about that? I'm going to just put it out there. It's not too late to get in. Shoot me a DM. We'll figure it out. We'll get you in there. We'll get you caught up. We're only in the first week. We got 11 weeks to do this course. 11 weeks, 22 meetings, 22 breath practices, 22 meditations. I say it's a 100-page workbook, but I actually looked, it's only 97. It's a 97-page workbook. It's a community of like-minded individuals, and it's going to be freaking amazing. Also, if you are interested in coaching with me, um, you can book a strategy call free of charge, no cringy sales pitch, no pressure, no nothing, just you and I shooting the breeze. And the link to that is in my bio. So hop on my calendar and see if our times align. All right. Peace. Be well.